عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده ولي الصالحين، ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه وحبيبه، وبعد. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يتقبل منا صالح أعمالنا وأن يغفر لنا سيئها. نسأله سبحانه وتعالى أن يجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما، وأن يجعل تفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما، وأن لا يجعل فينا ولا منا ولا حولنا ولا من بيننا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم حبب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا، وكره إلينا الكفر والفسوق والعصيان. اللهم اجعلنا من عبادك الراشدين. اللهم استعملنا لنصرة هذا الدين. اللهم أفردنا لما خلقتنا له، ولا تشغلنا يا مولانا بما تكفلت لنا به. اللهم انصر دينك وكتابك وسنة حبيبك في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها، واستعملنا في ذلك ومن نحب يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل، ونعوذ بك من النار وما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل، كما ربونا صغارا. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم، اللهم عافهم واعف عنهم. اللهم من كان منهم حيا فأطل في عمره، وأحسن في عمله، واختم له بالإحسان. ومن كان منهم ميتا فأنزل على قبورهم الضياء والنور والفسحة والسرور، حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد من الآمنين، وعند قيام الأشهاد من المطمئنين. اللهم اجعلنا من الذين أنعمت عليهم مع النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين، وحسن أولئك رفيقا يا رب العالمين. آمين آمين آمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Brothers and sisters, children, جزاكم الله خير. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all the best for coming to attend Salat al-Isha in Jama'ah and to attend our halaqah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He always gathers us upon goodness and always makes us the tools and the means for goodness, righteousness. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As we know, our halaqah is always about the seerah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And tonight, inshaAllah ta'ala, it is not going to be away from that, because we are going to talk about something that touches every Muslim and something that we all need the guidance of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in how to deal with it and how to live it as Muslims who live in Canada. So inshallah ta'ala, tonight's halaqah will be about the Islamic perspective regarding the celebration of Halloween. Is it halal or haram to celebrate, and why? And why we don't do it? And for those who do it and they are Muslims, are they sinful or not? And all these questions that you may have. Inshallah ta'ala will give you some time. If you have any questions, you can ask by the end, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. But we always like to start by trying to engage all of us in the conversation and to see how focused we are when we come to such topics, the topics that relate to Aqeedah, inshaAllah ta'ala. Hamid is in the basement. So, inshaAllah ta'ala, we are trying to take this perspective, why we don't celebrate other faith celebrations. And if we do celebrate, is it going to be good for us or bad for us? So we just have to think about these things. And the more you answer, if I ask you questions and you answer, the more pizza you get tonight, inshallah. So we are having pizza for everybody. So I want you to get active. Those who are not active, Allahu A'lam, maybe we may delay their pizza for a little bit, or we make them do some kind of physical work. Okay? So, as Muslims, I just want everybody to come in the middle here. The kids all come in this area here in the middle. So, when someone wants to ask, I can see you. And when I ask and you want to answer, I can also see you. So, everybody try to come in the middle. Get closer, inshallah ta'ala. The closer we are, the more barakah, the more rahmah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, jazakumullah khair. Barakallahu feekum. So I will give you, inshallah, a short reminder, and then after that, we'll open the door of questions and answers to see why Muslims do not celebrate Halloween, Christmas, and all other non Muslim occasions. And for those Muslims, we see some Muslims dress up and celebrate. Should we follow them or not? So, if you attended the khutbah today, you will have a good background of knowledge that we are going to talk about tonight. Did you attend the khutbah today? You are at school today, okay? So you didn't attend the Jum'ah. Anyone knows what did we speak about in Jum'ah? The kids? Anyone knows? The Jum'ah today. Salatul Jum'ah. Did you attend the Salah here? Okay, so next time, inshallah ta'ala, it's a good thing. I know all of you are very good with technology, with devices, with Facebook. So we are on Facebook. The mosque is there, Ottawa Muslim Association. Before coming to the halaqah, you can always check the Facebook page of the mosque and you can go and listen to the khutbah. The khutbah it takes about 30 minutes. We try every khutbah, every Jum'ah to give a different perspective as Muslims. Okay? So this make it a practice every time you come for the halaqah. After Asr or before Maghrib, just go to the Ottawa Muslim Association Facebook page and watch the khutbah so we can talk about it when we come, inshallah. Okay? So I will just ask you a question. Why was Shaitan kicked out of paradise? I need to see more hands. This is an easy question. Okay? Yes, the last one. He disobeyed Allah. Very good. Shaitan disobeyed Allah. Okay. How did he disobey Allah? Shaitan. We are talking about Shaitan. Yes. MashaAllah. Very, very good, guys. You know, lots of good things. He didn't bow down or prostrate to the creation of Adam, our father Adam. Okay, I want to clarify a point here. Shaitan and the angels, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created angels and then He created Adam, He called the angels along with jinn and shaitan to prostrate. The prostration is for Adam to worship him, to worship Adam, or the prostration is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the creation of Adam. I want to clarify that. The bowing down or the prostration, it was not actually for Adam himself. Okay? Because we do not prostrate or bow to anyone except Allah. Muslims don't bow or prostrate to anyone except Allah. So when Allah commanded angels to prostrate, sujood, this was they prostrate in front of Adam, the creation of Adam, thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, recognizing Allah as the creator of Adam. So the prostration was not for Adam himself, okay? It was for Allah, and Allah commanded them to prostrate, and they did, except Shaitan. So Shaitan disobeyed Allah. He did not prostrate. Then started a very famous conversation between Allah and Shaitan or Iblis. And I believe all of us know that conversation, and it was repeated in the Quran many, many times. When Allah commanded the angels to bow down, prostrate, then they all did except Iblis. He didn't. And when he didn't, Allah asked him the question, why you didn't prostrate? Then what did the shaitan say? Yes. You created me out of fire. You created him out of mud. And yes. So shaitan, to let you all know, shaitan was the first person to think about the command of Allah. When Allah says, do, don't do. Angels immediately do what? They do it immediately without thinking. So shaitan was the first one to start thinking about that. He said, why? Why does Allah want me to go down? He created Adam from the ground, from mud, from dust. He created me from fire. He thought that fire is better than mud. So he started thinking about the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he got himself in trouble. So this is also for us. When Allah commands us to pray, to fast, to be dutiful and kind to our parents and to the people, we don't say, why? Why do we pray? Why do we do good things? Why we don't do evil stuff? You might know something why, and sometimes you don't know why. But the thing is, a Muslim will say, I heard and I obey. Oh Allah, whatever you want me to do, I will do it. Whatever you want me to avoid, I will avoid. Shaitan was the first one to start thinking about the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he got himself in trouble. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him what? After he disobeyed Allah and he talked to Allah and he said, I am better than him. I will not prostrate for him. You created me from fire, you created him from mud, I am better. Then what did Allah say? What did Allah say? Yes. Raise your voice. Allah took him out of Jannah. You know, that was in heavens, in Jannah, in paradise. So Allah told him, you will get out. Allah cursed him, get him out, and told him, you leave paradise, leave heavens, because you disobeyed me. Okay? Yes. Just wait one moment. Yes, Yusuf, raise your voice. Very, very good. Yes. Yes. So when Shaitan was cursed by Allah and he was going to get out of the heavens, Jannah, then he asked Allah for something, for a favor. He said, Allah, please, can you let me live until the day of judgment? So I don't want to die now. You are kicking me out of your mercy, but can you please give me a chance to live forever until the day of judgment? Then Allah said what? Did Allah grant him his wish or not? Yes, he did. Allah granted him his wish. Once Allah granted him his wish, Shaitan immediately said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what? I will do my best to take all your people away from your way. I will try my best to make them bad, to make them evil, to make them not listening to you. This is Shaitan talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say at that time? When Shaitan said, I will try to take all of them away from your way, then Allah said what? Think. I want you to think. This is a very famous conversation in the Quran in many places, and you should know about it. Yes. Yes, very good. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the people who will follow you, Shaitan, will be with you in Jahannam. But my people, my servants, my believers, you can't change their minds because they believe in me and they will follow me. So we know now that people will become two categories of people. You find around you people who are one of the two. Either somebody who loves Allah, loves Sayyidina Muhammad, follow what they say, and someone else follows the shaitan and likes what he tells them to do and say. So either people with Allah, Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, or people with the shaitan, the devil, Iblis. The group of Allah, the group of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the party of Allah, will be eventually the winners. They will win in this dunya and they will win in the hereafter. Then the party of the shaitan will be eventually the loser. They will lose in dunya and akhirah. Although sometimes we find in dunya some people who believe in Allah and they are really good Muslims, and sometimes they are very poor. They don't have a lot. On the opposite side, we find some people who believe in shaitan and follow shaitan. They are very rich. They have many things. It doesn't mean if you are poor that Allah doesn't love you. And it doesn't mean if you are rich that Allah loves you. No. Being poor or rich, it's a decree. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put you through a test. Allah will test us. Somebody will say, there is no test. If I have lots of money, that's a good life. No. This is a bigger test. The more money you have, the more troubles you get into. I'm giving you an example. On the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do with the people? He will ask them about what they did in dunya, especially their money. And you just can imagine somebody who has a little bit of money. He or she go to work, they get some money, they eat, they drink, they get their necessities, and they have a little bit of savings. They use it to live a good life. Not very good, but it's okay. Then you have someone else who have lots and lots of money, millions and millions of dollars. They spend right and left and center, and they have many, many things. Then both eventually will die and eventually will stand up in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whose time will be shorter in front of Allah? The one who has less or the one who has more? When they come and stand in front of Allah, Allah will ask them about what they had and what they do with it. That person who has less and that person who has much, which one will stay longer in front of Allah? The one who has more or the one who has less? So one of them will get more questions, okay? One of them will get more questions and one will get less questions. Which one? Which one? The one who has a little bit of money. Allahu A'lam, we don't know. Yeah, now we are judging the people. No, we are talking about the one who has less will have less questions from Allah. The one who has more money will have more questions. Okay? And the less questions you have on the day of judgment, the better your situation will be. We just imagine that a person comes, and then if you remember, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam speaks about the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, and it's very hot. The sun is very close from us. People are sweating like crazy, sweating, lots of sweat. In dunya, our sweat goes and it goes away from us. We let it down and it goes away from our bodies. But on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, the sweat will cling to us. It will be switched, it will be attached to the body. So the water is attached to the body. Some people will be swimming in their sweat. It's very hot, and they think they want to go to even to Jahannam because it's very difficult during that day, during that time. As if, like, if you imagine that someone is asked about a few things and someone else is asked about hundreds of things. The one who is asked less is going to feel better. And the one who is going to be asked more and more, it will take more time and he will have more difficulty. So never think, when you see rich people, never think that all rich people are living a good life. Never think that. And also when you see poor people, never think that every poor people live a miserable life. No. It can be the total opposite. There was like one day, there was a man driving in a poor country. He's driving like a Lamborghini. Very expensive car. And then he's lowering his window, and some people are in the street talking about him. Oh, how fortunate this man is. Look at this beautiful car. I wish I can have a car like that. Oh, this man is very rich. MashaAllah. This. Then the man, he heard them. And he pulled over and he started talking to them. He said, brothers, if you want to have my car and my life, and you give me your life, I will trade. They said, what? He said, I am very rich, but my kidneys are not working, and I need somebody to help me to get a new kidney. I have lots of money, but I have no kids. Can you take my money and my car and give me one of your kids? They said, no. Alhamdulillah, we are okay. Oh, brother, may Allah bless you. So never think when you see something in front of you, oh, these people are very fortunate. They have lots of money. They live a good life. You never know. Allahu A'lam. Don't judge people the way you see them, because you never know what is going on. So let's go back to our conversation about the shaitan. So shaitan, he promised Allah that he will do his best to do what? To take people away from the path of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Okay. Did shaitan do his good? Did he do his job? Did he stick to his promise with Allah? Did he try his best to take people away from Islam or not? Yes. No. How and why? Can you explain? We are saying, did shaitan do a good job taking people away from Allah or not? Yeah, he himself disobeyed Allah. But is he pushing people away from Allah? Is he convincing people to disobey Allah too or not? Think. This is the shaitan we are talking about. Yes? Yep. He disobeys Allah all the time. Yes. He is doing that job since he left heaven's paradise. He is doing his best to take people away from Islam. So once you come for salah, you always he's whispering to you, oh, you didn't make your wudu. And you made your wudu, but he's trying to make you suspicious, doubtful. Oh, did I make my wudu? And you start salah and you don't know how many prayers you pray, how many rak'ah, what did you say? Did you say al-Fatiha? Or did you say Qul huwallahu ahad? He tries to make you confused, so you don't enjoy your salah. If you are giving charity, sadaqah, to the poor people, he will come to you and say, oh, man, you are the man. You are helping the people. You should be saying this to the people. Say it to everybody. Be proud of that. And he will make people talk about themselves, about what they do a lot. so they don't take any reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So shaitan is doing his job in an excellent way. Shaitan taking it as a full-time job. And he is very good at that. And he is using his fellow shayateen, the little devils, and he is using the humans too. Shaitan can use me? Yes, shaitan can use me too. If I have a good friend, and my good friend is always doing good things, then shaitan will use me to make him doing less good stuff, to take him away from what he's doing. And the human influence is more damaging than the shaitan influence. Because shaitan, we can get him away. How can we get him away? If we are coming for salah or reading Quran or doing something and we don't want shaitan to be around us, what do we say? Yes. MashaAllah, very good. We say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. So we seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan. Then he runs away. But if you have a friend of yours, your friend, a human, and he is next to you, if you read the whole Quran, he's not going anywhere. Okay? If you have your friend with you, and you say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim, he's not going to go. He's with you. And he's going to push you a lot to try to get you in trouble. If you are doing something good, he will try to prevent you. If he wants you to do something bad, he will convince you. So the human shaitan is way, way much more than the jinni shaitan. Because shaitan, we can say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim, he will go. But the human shayateen are very strong. That's why the Prophet ﷺ told us, be careful when you come to make a new friend, choose him or her. For the females or the sisters, they choose their friends based on their manners, their religion, their characteristics. They are good people. They love each other. They love for others what they love for themselves. Okay? So this is the way of the shaitan. So shaitan wants me to follow him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned us in the Quran not to follow the shaitan. Because if we follow the shaitan, we will end up where? Huh? We will end up, yes. We will end up with him in Jahannam. And those people will end up in Jahannam with him. Is he going to help them there? Is he going to help them? No. Once they go and they make it to Jahannam, and then they call him, they say, Shaitan, we followed you. Can you help us to get out of Jahannam? Is he going to help them? No. So what he is going to say? He will say something to these people on the day of judgment. Yes. Yes, he will say, you just followed me. It's not my mistake. It is your mistake. I just called you and you followed me. Because people on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, they will see Jannah and they will see the people who are going to Jannah is a very good place. Then they will see themselves are going to Jahannam. It's a very bad place. Then they scream very loud for the shaitan. You got us here. Can you please help us? He will say, it's not me. I just called you and you followed me. So don't blame me. Blame yourself. So he is not going to help his followers in dunya or in the akhirah. So we have to be very, very careful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, don't follow the footsteps of shaitan. Don't follow the footsteps of shaitan. Allah did not say, don't follow shaitan. He said, don't follow the footsteps of shaitan. Because we can't see shaitan. And if I know that this is shaitan, I'm not going to follow him. But he will come to me with something very good and I like. And then he will say, this is halal, no problem. And it might be haram, and then you go in trouble. And he will say, this is okay, do it. And then he will say, don't do that. He will make halal haram for you. Don't do it. For salah, next time. another 5 minutes, 10 minutes after this game, when I finish this movie, until the other salah comes and you didn't pray. And then he will keep doing this as much as he could to get you out of the rahmah of Allah and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so this is the way and the situation of the shaitan. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, you will follow the people before you inch by inch until they go into a hole in the ground. You will follow them, and you shouldn't do that. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam telling us, just follow Allah and follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And whoever follows a group of people will be with them. If I follow good group of people, I will be with them in dunya and I will be with them in Jannah. If I follow bad, evil people in dunya, I will be with them in dunya and I will be with them in the Jahannam on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. So I have to be very, very careful not to follow the shayateen, shaitan al-jinn, and the shaitan, the human shaitan, because they are very dangerous for me. Let's come into our main topic, celebrating Halloween. Is it halal or haram, and why? Yes, girls in the back. Just say it loud. It's haram to celebrate Halloween. Why? I want you to think. Yes. Yes. You're basically believing in the dead. You are very close. Yes. 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 No. Yeah. Celebration of the shaitan. Yes. You are right, and he is right. What else? Yes. It goes back to the people who worship idols. The first people who celebrated Halloween, they are the people who worshipped idols. You know idols? What idols? Statues. And people pray for them and believe they are gods. So those people, more than 2,000 years ago, those people in Europe worshipped these statues. They did that night, 31st of October. They believed what? In the dead. They believed those who died will come back, the spirits will come back on 31st of October to visit the living, to visit us. So we will get them some offerings, we'll get them some food to eat, we will wear some costumes, scary ones, so they don't harm us. This is the belief of these people who worship idols, statues at that time. So the first people who celebrated that, it was in Europe, what is now called Scotland and Ireland and Wales and Britain. It was there at these places. Then later on, Christianity, this was before Christianity comes. Then after that, Christianity as a religion comes to Europe, and they stopped some of that celebration and they made it into another celebration. They called it what? Yeah. No, yes. No, not yet. Halloween, actually, it's like Holy, like, or Hallow Eve. So it was these two words. The Hallow or Halloween, it comes from Hallow Eve. Eve means the evening. So it comes from two words combined together. And those people who started celebrating it, Christianity comes, they stop that and they move it to another celebration. They call it All Saints' Day. The good Christian people who died, they started celebrating them. And instead of celebrating the dead of the other people, they started celebrating the saints, the good Christian people. And they have some rituals, okay? And these rituals are all about scaring people and having horror things and making tricks for the people. And then later, when it came to US, to America, they added the trick and treat part. It wasn't there for the kids. It was the people, adults, they make some food, they put it in front of their houses. So when the spirits come, the ghosts come, they will take the food and they will leave them alone. This is their beliefs. And all these things are not true. All these beliefs are fake beliefs because they did not believe in Allah, they did not believe in the day of judgment, they did not believe that we will die and then we will stay in the grave and then we will stand in front of Allah on the day of judgment. So they started creating all these things. And you know what? The people who worship shaitan, they took some of these rituals and they even started a church for the people who worship the shaitan. So actually, the whole occasion of Halloween to scare people, to have these costumes and to do all these things, it's coming from paganism, worshiping idols, it's coming from Christianity, and it has nothing to do with Islam. So as Muslims, we have nothing to do with that. Why some of us are still celebrating that? So we see some Muslims celebrating that. And they say at the schools, they celebrate it, so we celebrate with them. Or there is nothing wrong with dressing or buying a costume. There is nothing wrong with eating candy. They say that. We don't say anything wrong with eating candy, but during that night, specific night, 31st of October, eating candy or trick and treat and having these costumes and going outside to scare people is not from our faith as Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us 2 times of celebrations. These are during the year we celebrate twice. What are these 2? The 2 celebrations that Muslims have? Yes. Eid al-Fitr. What is Eid al-Fitr? Eid al-Fitr. Yes. Eid al-Fitr. The festival of breaking the fast, or the Eid of breaking the fast. It comes when? Yes. Right after Ramadan. Comes right after Ramadan. Then we have another one, Eid. Yes, the girls in the back. Eid what? Eid al-Adha. It comes after what? Think. It comes after? Yes. Think. It comes after? Yes. Hajj comes after? Hajj. During Hajj, we have Eid al-Adha. So we have Eid al-Fitr, then we have Eid al-Adha. So, can someone tell me how many times we celebrate in the year? Yes. How many times? Yes. 2. The first one is Eid al-Fitr. The second one is Eid Adha. Do we celebrate Halloween? Why? Why? Yes. If we celebrate Halloween, we will be on Shaitan's side. Yes, because it's all about scaring people. It's all about getting out and trying to make people like scared. And it's all about, nowadays, they make it a big commercial subject. So companies, big companies, they sell candy and they sell also costumes. And you know what? One of the states in US, they say like 50% of the candy that they sell during the year, it was sold on October 28th. 28th, like 2 days, 3 days before the Halloween, 50% of the whole candy of the year, they sell it on that night. So people eat that candy and take that candy and they make lots and lots of money. Something else, During the night of 31st of October, lots of car accidents happen and lots of robberies and killings happen. People get crazy. They get outside, they drink, they have parties during the night, then they go outside, they fight, they kill each other, and then they go to their cars, they go home, they make accidents, more people die, and it's a big, big trouble. Why they don't cancel it? Why, if it is making lots of bad things, why it is not cancelled? Does anyone know? Huh? Yes. Yeah, but they care about something. Huh? They care about one thing. They listen to shaitan, but something else, yes. The money. You know how much they spent last year, I think? They spent $8.9 billion on October 31st. Can you imagine that? Companies selling candy and selling costumes and selling all these skeletons, and you see the scary stuff. $8.9 billion spent on one night or one day. Do you think that the government will say, oh, it's bad, don't celebrate it because some people have some accidents or some people die? They don't care about that. They care about the money. As you know that, most of the people care about the money. So we as Muslims, we should be people of characters. We don't care much about money as we care about our faith. Okay? Yes. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? I don't want to keep you very late, so I want you to eat pizza before Salat al-Isha. So, you have any questions? Yes. 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 Can you raise your voice? Okay, this is the question. If you don't scare people, and if you don't wear a costume, but you only got outside trick and treat, is this halal or haram? Accepted or not? Yes. Not halal? Okay. Who else? Yes. Halloween started more than 2,000 years ago. Okay? So the brother is asking, if I don't buy any costumes, if I don't scare anyone, but I just go outside and I ask people for candy, is it okay or not okay? Yes. Not okay. Why? It's just candy. Why? Somebody will say, man, it's just candy. Why it's not okay? Give me a reason. Yes. 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 You are taking. Yes. You are still taking part of the celebration. Although you are not scaring people, you are not wearing costume, but you still are doing part of that celebration. And as Muslims, we have nothing to do with this celebration. If you want to have fun, you can have fun many other ways. Just try to avoid. Let's listen for a few minutes and we will leave, inshallah ta'ala, during the day of October 31st, which is Monday. Okay? Monday is October 31st. We don't have any celebrations. We have to know that. Going to our schools, those who go to public schools, if they have parties at school, should we be involved or not? Yes. We should not. And if you have to be involved, if they tell you, if you come on Monday, you have to participate in the party, what should you do? You can sit in your class, you read a book, okay? What else you can do? Yes, if they tell you, if you come, you must participate. Yes. Yes. Raise your voice. Can somebody tell me what she's saying? Huh? I have a bad hearing. Somebody, you can do your unfinished work. Okay, that is a very good idea. Something else? Don't go to school that day. That's easy. Yes, you can avoid all the troubles if you certainly know they have a big party about Halloween. So don't go to school that day. There is no problem with that. And if you go, you want to go really, try to avoid any kind of celebration. Because if you go, it will be very tempting for you. You want to go, you want to participate, so it's better to stay at home. Or if you go and you do your work, you avoid it. That's good, inshallah ta'ala. Yes, you can sit outside the classroom. Yeah, you can do anything, but don't be engaged in these celebrations or partying. Okay? Anyone has any questions? You want to say something? Look at this businessman. He's asking, are we allowed to sell candies 2 days before Halloween? So we have nothing to do with Halloween. This is a good businessman mentality. But try to avoid that because you are selling candy for what? For Halloween. You know, the money we make will not be a good money. Sometimes people make lots of money, but it is not halal and it's huge amount of money. There is no barakah. It doesn't stay for a long time and you will spend it in many things quickly. But sometimes when you work, you do your job halal way, avoid all the bad stuff, you get a little bit of money, Allah will bless it and make you the best, inshallah. So don't always think about money, money, money. Money is not everything. Yes, money is something, it helps you only if it is from halal. But if money is coming from haram or doubtful places, we all will be in trouble. You, your family, your kids, your parents, everyone who eats from that money will be in trouble. Okay? Any other questions? Yes, Anwar. Think about it. Any other questions? Yes, Ahmed. Somebody has to tell me what he's saying. What is the question? If you don't go trick or treat, but you go to your friends during that night to do what? To eat some stuff for dinner? Okay, if you are Muslims and you invite each other for dinner, there is nothing wrong with that. But don't go there and celebrate Halloween. Yeah, you should avoid that night. We are trying to eliminate that night from our calendar. That 31st night, we make it a very regular night. Very regular. We come from school, we do our homework, we pray our salah, then we sleep. We don't make it extra special night because if we make it extra special night, we are taking part in the celebration in a way or another. It is difficult, I know for all of you, it's difficult. When you go to the schools, you find everyone is celebrating, but you don't celebrate. It is not easy. But we are different. We are unique. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us special because we believe in Allah, we believe in Rasulullah, we love Him, we follow Him, and Jannah is very expensive. You want to go to Jannah and you don't pay anything? The young man here wants to make a business 2 days before Halloween. So what about Jannah? We have to pay lots of things to go to Jannah. Jannah is very expensive. I have to sacrifice many things I love to do. I love to trick and treat. I love to wear costumes. I love to do this, but it's against my faith. So I leave it. And Allah will give me something else which is better than that. Okay? Yes. Somebody. To bring what? Why did Allah accept shaitan deal when Allah was asked by shaitan, can you please give me time to stay? Allah gave him time. So Allah accepted that to test all of us. To test all of us. So to put us in a test. Those who follow Allah, stay away from the shaitan, go to Jannah. Those who follow shaitan will go into Jahannam. Yes. 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 Uh-huh. What if you are sitting at your house at that night, you don't do anything, and then somebody comes at the door, knocking at the door, trick or treat. If you don't give him candy, he's going to throw your house with eggs. What do you do? Huh? La ilaha illallah. That is not a good answer. He's saying, go and beat him up. No. What do we do? Yes. You wait, you tell him to wait tomorrow, I will give you candy tomorrow. This is a political Muslim. Okay. Yes. Say it again. You eat the eggs and the candy. MashaAllah. Yes. You can close the door. The door is closed. But he knocks and he throws some stuff. Yes. No, we are not fighting. Yes. Anyone else? Close the lights. Sometimes, yeah, I don't think nowadays people will do this as they used to do it in the past. In the past, they used to do it a lot. Nowadays, if you stay home, you don't do anything, I don't think people will bother you. If they come and they knock at the door, you can open the door and say, sorry, we didn't celebrate Halloween. Sorry, or you just don't open the door at all. Whatever they do, and then they will leave. Okay? We will continue our conversation while we are eating our pizza, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? So we are going to the basement, and then we'll eat pizza, and we'll come back for salah. If anyone has any question, you ask me on the way while eating. I know when you eat, you forget everything. But just, if you have any question, let me know, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide all of us. We ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect our children. We ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect the Muslim community from each and every harm. اللهم احفظ أولادنا من كل مكروه وسوء. اللهم احفظ أولادنا من كل مكروه وسوء. اللهم احفظ بناتنا من كل مكروه وسوء. اللهم احفظ نساءنا ونساء المسلمين من كل مكروه وسوء. اللهم احفظ رجالنا ورجال المسلمين من كل مكروه وسوء. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. جزاكم الله خير. بارك الله فيكم. I love you all for the sake of Allah. Let's head down in the basement, eat some pizza, and ask your questions, inshallah.